The Old Testament, rich with stories of faith, courage, and divine intervention, holds the accounts of many heroes who shaped the course of biblical history. Among these figures, there is a profound legacy of individuals whose contributions to the biblical narrative have not always been highlighted, particularly those of African descent. The prominence of black figures in the Old Testament provides an essential layer to understanding the diverse and complex tapestry of people who played pivotal roles in God's divine plan. Their stories offer us a reflection of strength, faith, and perseverance. One such figure is the Queen of Sheba, a powerful and wise leader who journeyed from her kingdom in Africa to Jerusalem to meet King Solomon. Her visit was not only a political and economic one, but it was also a spiritual journey. The queen was deeply impressed by Solomon's wisdom, and their meeting symbolizes the importance of knowledge, diplomacy, and unity across cultures. The queen's story is not just about her as a ruler, but also her faith in seeking out wisdom from a man she believed to be divinely inspired. Her legacy is a testament to the power of cross-cultural interactions and the recognition of wisdom beyond one's borders. The Queen of Sheba's presence in the Old Testament challenges modern perceptions of African leadership and shows that such wisdom and leadership were valued in biblical times. Another remarkable black figure in the Old Testament is Moses' Ethiopian wife, Zipporah. While much of Moses' story focuses on his leadership in the Exodus and his communication with God, Zipporah's role is often overlooked. As the daughter of a Midianite priest, Zipporah's influence on Moses and their relationship serves as a crucial connection between two cultures. It is through her that Moses is introduced to the Midianites, and her support and courage in the face of difficult circumstances were instrumental in his survival. In one of the most dramatic moments of the Exodus story, it was Zipporah who stepped in to circumcise their son, averting God's wrath when Moses failed to do so himself. This moment speaks to Zipporah's strength and the significant impact African women had in the Old Testament, shaping the trajectory of God's plan for the Israelites. Additionally, the figure of the Cushite woman, mentioned in the book of Numbers, is another important character. The Bible recounts that Miriam and Aaron, Moses' siblings, spoke against Moses for marrying a Cushite woman. This woman, whose name is not mentioned, symbolizes the racial tensions and prejudices that existed even in biblical times. Yet, the story reveals that God himself defended Moses' marriage, highlighting the idea that God's love transcends all boundaries of race, culture, and heritage. This story is a powerful statement about racial equality and the idea that the people of God are not confined to a single ethnicity, but are a diverse and inclusive community. In addition to the stories of individual women, there are numerous references to black nations and peoples in the Old Testament, such as the Cushites and the Egyptians. The Cushites, often associated with the region of Nubia, were seen as a powerful and influential civilization. Their significance in the Bible reflects their central role in the geopolitics of the ancient world, from their alliances with Israel to their military exploits. The Cushites were key players in the shaping of the biblical narrative. One such reference is found in the book of Jeremiah, where the prophet speaks of Cushites being warriors who will bring judgment to Israel. This portrayal emphasizes the complexity of the Cushite people, showing them as both adversaries and allies in God's unfolding plan for the world. The story of Jericho, one of the most famous biblical accounts, also ties into the legacy of African figures in the Old Testament. Rahab, a woman from Jericho, is an example of faith and redemption. She was a prostitute, yet she hid Israelite spies and helped them escape, ultimately saving her family from the destruction that befell the city. Rahab's faith in God and her willingness to defy her own people for the sake of helping God's chosen people earned her a place in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Rahab's inclusion in the lineage of Jesus is not only a story of redemption for a woman who defied societal norms, but it also speaks to the inclusiveness of God's kingdom, where people from all walks of life, including those from African backgrounds, are called to serve His divine purposes. Throughout the Old Testament, Black figures and nations are integral to the narrative, contributing to the shaping of biblical history and God's plan. From powerful queens and wise women to military leaders and ordinary individuals who played crucial roles in the story of salvation. These African figures were essential to the unfolding of God's kingdom on earth. Their faith, courage, and leadership are a testament to the fact that God's work transcends ethnic and cultural boundaries. As we reflect on the legacy of Black heroes in the Old Testament, we must acknowledge their contributions to the broader narrative of salvation history. The Bible is a book of diverse voices, and it is crucial to recognize the rich cultural heritage that these Black figures bring to the story. Their legacies offer valuable lessons of faith, courage, wisdom, and perseverance, reminding us that heroes come in many forms, and God's plan encompasses all people, regardless of their race or background. These figures exemplify the biblical call to faithfulness and the power of God's grace to uplift and redeem individuals from all walks of life. The stories of these Black heroes remind us that God's kingdom is not one of exclusion, but of inclusion, where people of all nations and backgrounds are invited to participate in His redemptive work. The Black legacy in the Old Testament is a testament to the diversity and inclusivity of God's love, offering inspiration for all believers regardless of their cultural or racial background.